Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a good day as always. Today I'm going to be sharing my review of the financial service app called Brigit. If you've never heard of them before, they're a service designed to help out those experiencing monthly cash shortages, and they're helping them avoid things like overdraft fees, payday loans, or high interest rate credit cards and lines of credit. So what I want to do is pretty much break down how the company works, what the service provides you, and then compare it to these other probably more frequently used alternative solutions. That way you're more educated, informed, and you can decide whether or not this is a good service for you. Now, because I appreciate transparency, I do want to say, guys, that I don't use a service. I'm probably not ever going to use a service, and that's not because I think Brigit is bad, quite the opposite. It's just that I'm not really their target demographic. So they reached out to me a few weeks ago to see if I'd be interested in sharing my thoughts and opinions on my channel, and that's what I'm doing today. So not using the service, I'm not being paid to make this video, but having said that, there is an affiliate link down below if you are interested, and if you do sign up with them, you become a member, they may support the channel financially. So just want to get all of that out there before I get started. Now what I want to do next is pretty much break down how this service works and how it would impact you. Luckily, this is really simple. It is a service where for $10 a month or $9.99 a month, they will protect you in case you have a cash flow shortage up to $250 per month. They do this in a really cool way because they don't really need your social security number. This doesn't involve your credit in any way, shape, or form. All they do is you pretty much give them your online banking information. They check to make sure you've got direct deposit and the ability to repay. And then from there, you use it in whichever way you need to use it, right? It doesn't matter if you borrow $40 a month, if you do $250 a month. It's $10 every single month for as long as you use it. What's really cool about this is that you can get signed up in, I think they said, like a minute and a half on your phone, and then from there you use it however you want to use it. You have the option in electing whether or not you want this to be kind of like on autopilot, where the AI monitors everything in real time and says, hey, we're more than likely going to experience a shortfall in cash right now, so we're going to send over X amount of dollars. Or you can take over and do everything manually and say, you know what, I know on this day I'm going to be facing this expense and I need however much money, and you can just forward it to yourself, right? I think it can show up in a day or two normally, but if you do have an active debit card on file, they can send it over the same day, so that's a really cool feature. And so when you look at the factors of the ease of use with this service combined with the fact that it is a pretty low cost of entry to use it, I just think this is going to be a really good solution compared to the other alternatives. Now, I want to make that distinction because if I'm being totally honest, you only consider this service when you're experiencing financial difficulties, and I don't want that to be the case for any of you guys. So this is a good service that will hopefully help you save money compared to everything else, but while you're using the service, you can use these savings to hopefully put yourself in a better position where you don't need to use any of this stuff. So what I want to do now is compare the stuff directly to what I experienced at the credit union as far as what other individuals paid, and compare that to Brigit and how it would be I'm just going to say, a less desirable option. So let's look at the number one thing that I saw most people pay, and that is overdraft fees. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because the math is just really simple. My credit union, and I am a credit union guy, I support credit unions, but an overdraft fee was $40. So that's $40 per occurrence. And it gets out of hand very quickly when you're dealing with these type of numbers, right? Let's say someone overdrafted by $80 in a month, and truthfully, that $80 might even be 3 transactions. So let's say that there's a $20 transaction, another $20 transaction, and a $40 transaction. That's 3 transactions totaling to $80, but that also involves 3 overdraft fees totaling to $120. Okay? And even though I would try to refund fees when I could, that can't always be done. And so when you're looking at these types of fees, $120 is just ridiculous for anyone to pay. And when you compare that to $10, just a flat service fee with Brigit, it's a no-brainer. This is a much cheaper solution. Heck, even if there was only one fee, $40 or $10, it's just a no-brainer choice. Now, what I think is a more nuanced conversation are probably the other services, and I'm talking about things like payday loans and short-term personal loans. The reason why I really don't think these are good is just because of the predatory interest rates involved. Whereas they don't charge, let's say, a fee directly, the interest rates can just get out of hand really quickly. I'm not here to name names or companies, but I recently saw an online personal loan company that was advertising 795% interest. I shouldn't really need to tell you that that's just ridiculous. That's criminal. Never get involved with a company that's charging those type of exorbitant rates. But even if it wasn't that high, personal loans and payday loans in general, they're a much higher interest rate than your typical loan products, and they're probably easily going to cost much more than $10 a month. Now, the very last one that I want to talk about is credit cards and lines of credit. And I want to spend most of my time here because I actually do use these services and I think they might be the better option, but there is a caveat, and that is whether or not you have access to these. The reason why I use credit cards is because I can get cash back, I get travel miles, it builds my credit, and I do all of this stuff without paying any of the interest, right? Because I pay it in full every single month. Well, if you're experiencing monthly shortages, you are probably not able to pay this stuff off in full every month. And so if you're running up your balance on your credit card, you're just making the minimum payments, well, now you're paying credit card interest, you're potentially dropping your credit score because you're maxing out a credit card, and you're just getting yourself into even deeper financial struggles. So, I think Brigit is probably the better option because, again, if you're not able to pay off the card in full, I don't think that's using it the right way. I also think that this solution isn't available to everyone, right? If you're experiencing monthly shortages, the lender may have a hard time approving you for a line of credit or a credit card. And if that's the case, well, then that credit card doesn't do you any good. So that's why I think Brigit, in this case, is also the better alternative. However, if you can get to a point where you can use a credit card responsibly, that is probably a good thing to have just in case. And if it gets to the point where the credit card isn't worthwhile, you can always go back to Brigit. So overall, if you are experiencing any of these financial struggles on a month-to-month basis, whether it's overdraft fees or you're paying too much in interest on other types of loans, do yourself a favor and see if Brigit can help you save some money. While you're at it, if you are able to save some money, do everything you can to get in a position where you don't need any of this stuff, because that's what I want you to do, and that's where I hope for you to be in the future. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. If you happen to use Brigit or you've been a past user and you no longer use the service, definitely comment below with your experiences. If I left anything out, please let others know, because when we help share information, everyone benefits. But as always, thank you for watching. Make smart financial decisions, and I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, I know I just said this stuff, but let me say it again. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate all the support that you guys give me. And to support you, here's 2 more videos that I've made in the past in case you haven't seen them. Don't forget to share these with your friends and family so we can help all the people achieve their financial goals. Likewise, if there's anything that you would want to see made that you haven't seen thus far, definitely don't hesitate to let me know. But thanks again, take care, and have a good day.